Hi, welcome to Later Hose in Salesforce. This is another edition of just tips, tricks, and things all related to the Salesforce ecosystems and related apps. Today, I'm going to talk about Gainsight. And Gainsight solved that problem that Salesforce had, which was it really didn't handle tasks very well. You know, calls to action, sentiment, you know, like when you're on a call and you have the sentiment, they're mentioning competitors, info, right? Stuff like that. So they built Gainsight on top of Salesforce. And one of the architectural weaknesses, and this is my opinion, I found, is it doesn't really integrate. It sucks info out, but it doesn't put it back in. This was from the Gainsight that I was using. And then two, it's a completely separate integration to email. So where's the single point of truth? How do you really have a 360 if you're only sucking one way, right? And in Gainsight, they say, oh, see everything. It's the best customer success, customer tracking software. No, if it's not architected so you can see everything. So when I would do an email, I'd have to do one into BCC into Gainsight, one BCC into Salesforce, right? So that's the first thing. It sits on top. And it sits on top of Classic. It doesn't sit in the Lightning layer. The Lightning layer gives you a huge architectural advantage, right? So it sits on the Classic Lightning. And the other thing was it's a call to action, you know, basically a list management piece of software. And I found it to be very hard to add a contact and account to my designated things to change the report. I found it very hard to design an email template. Shouldn't be, right? I found it, and that was 2019. I found it very hard to add accounts, and there's no prospects for leads in there. It's all about account management, right? And that's when basically Gainsight is Classic. It answers the list issue Salesforce had, right? And it's great for just task management. But you got to be careful. You'll disintegrate your system. And for being a customer success company, the company I was at didn't have a customer success manager or account person for 3 months from Gainsight. So odd, right? It's Classic, it's lists, that. So the next section I'm going to cut to is show you how we can just do that in Lightning by changing a tab to CTA, call to action, and creating a custom object. And it really solves this. And it stays in Salesforce. It's in the Lightning layer. I think you'll find it a great alternative to Gainsight. Thank you. Hi. So this is the portion where I'm going to show you how to build a custom object and change the tab that's news into CTA, call to action, on the account object. And here I am in the org. You click on, you drop down on the upper right, page setup, and this is that easy, right? All you do here is you click on the tabs on top, you change the name from news to CTA. You can add a tab. This org has a limit of 3 tabs. That's a common limitation I found. So you can't put in past chats or whatever else, right? And then you activate it. You go through and activate it. Yeah, you have to make sure you activate it for your app and not just as the default. So you need to actually go through to the app default, like the sales app or the service app. Here's the sales app, you know, and then move forward from there, right? And then there you have it. See the CTA, but the past chats won't show up. Right? So now you're ready to roll and build a custom object. Let's go back. We activated it for the sales app. Let's go to accounts, Blue Origin. See, there's the call to action. And that's where you throw in the custom object and you relate it directly. Now you can do it from a spreadsheet, which is super cool. So if you have a spreadsheet of call to actions, you can data load the whole thing and create the object with all the fields, which would be the columns or the rows or whatever it is in your spreadsheet. So here you go to Object Manager. Let's create a new custom object that will be calls to action, right? And notice that the spreadsheet. So if you're running off a spreadsheet for a call list, whatever it is, no problemo here. And then of course you need to go all the way down to the bottom there to say allow reporting, allow activities, allow tracking, you know, blah blah blah. And here you need to auto number though. That's how Salesforce works. In the background you can't just have nothing. It has to be like month, day. Somehow each call to action needs to be unique. Right, so, and it's the brackety curly things to the right of the P on the American keyboard. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You know, so it's basically then adding that under in the page layout next as a related record or list, and you pull that into the page layout, Lightning page layout, and this is where it sits. You know, so this is the advantage of Lightning. You can do stuff like this and put that right in to either a contact or an account and change the tabs and do essentially the same thing that Gainsight does. You know, at least from a pretty, you know, the kind of level that most companies would need. And with that, I want to say thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's check. So here we go back to the accounts. Then you go to Blue Origin. There's the CTA. Let's edit the page. And this is where you now put into under CTA the record, the related list, the related record, right? You push the object, the CTA, in custom object and link it. So whatever account is on there. And with that, I want to say thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe.